Good evening, it's Sunday the 18th of December and it's time for the news on RIK2. Thousands of voters today went to the polls throughout Cyprus to elect their new town mayors and council leaders. A lot of them, however, chose to abstain. Final results should be announced by 10 tonight as election polls, which opened at 7 in the morning, closed at 6 in the evening. All citizens of Cyprus and permanent residents from other EU countries were allowed to cast a vote. The total number of registered voters was 561,373, with 16,740 of them being from EU countries, the vast majority from England and Greece. Turkish Cypriot citizens of the Republic of Cyprus also had the right to vote for the municipal and community councils of their place of residence in the state-controlled areas. The official website had put the total number of Turkish Cypriot voters to be 634. In Nicosia, the two candidates for mayor was incumbent Konstantinos Georgakis, who is backed by almost all parliamentary parties, and Panayiotis Stavrianidis, supported only by opposition Agel. In Limassol, the three candidates were incumbent Mayor Andreas Christou, Nikos Nikolaidis and Haris Aristidou. In Larnaca, the six candidates were Andreas Viras, Louis Dimitriou, Giorgos Konstantinou, Alexis Michailidis, Andreas Pedrou and Petros Christodoulou. Paphos' voters had to choose between incumbent Mayor Fedon Fedonos and his opponent Agis Chrysomilos. Voters in Famagusta had four candidates to choose from: Simeon Ioannou, Andreas Lordos, Giorgos Stavri and incumbent Mayor Alexis Galanos. And Kyrenia's candidates were Rita Komodiki, Eliseo, Grigoris Neokleos and Odysseas Patsalidis. Today's local elections were somewhat overshadowed as the two leaders of the island's divided communities are busy working towards reunification. The election took place less than a month before crucial talks in Geneva, Switzerland, that could eventually lead to an overall settlement of the protracted Cyprus problem. But there was also a lot of talk concerning local authority reform, which the government pushed hard, but opposition parties eventually foiled. The changes included reducing municipalities from 30 to 22 within 3 years. At the same time, the major scandals that saw public light in the past several years concerned local authorities. One mayor is already in jail, while another is on trial for similar offences, taking kickbacks. There is also the Auditor General's report, which revealed mismanagement and waste of taxpayers' money, while most municipalities are facing severe financial and cash flow problems. Several buses en route today to evacuate ill and injured people from the besieged Syrian villages of Al-Fua and Kefraya were attacked and burned. Some buses, as well as Red Crescent vehicles, reached the entrance to the villages of Idlib province, which are besieged by insurgents. The coalition of forces fighting for the government of President Bashar al-Assad are demanding people to be allowed to leave the two villages, most of whose residents are Shiite Muslims. And in exchange, the evacuations of rebels and civilians from East Aleppo will be allowed. Syrian state media claimed armed terrorists attacked 5 buses, burned and destroyed them, and rebel officials said an angry crowd of people, possibly alongside pro-government forces, carried out the attack. Residents in the area said it was not carried out by the group formerly known as the Nusra Front, which had previously said it had not agreed to the evacuation of the two villages. Thousands of people were evacuated on Thursday, the first to leave under a ceasefire deal. The day after 14 Turkish soldiers were killed and dozens more wounded in a suicide car bombing, the government blamed Kurdish militants targeting off-duty conscripts. The government said all signs so far suggested the outlawed Kurdistan Workers' Party was behind the bombing in the city of Kayseri, a usually calm industrial hub in the heart of Anatolia. At the same time, nationalist protesters attacked the offices of the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party in Kayseri, as well as 7 other locations in Istanbul and across the country. Television pictures last night showed the bus reduced to a smouldering wreck by the blast, which came a week after 44 people were killed in a double bombing in Istanbul after a football match hosted by the top side, Besiktas. That attack, which targeted a police bus, was claimed by the Kurdistan Freedom Falcons, seen as a radical offshoot of the PKK. No claim has been made so far for the Kayseri bombing. And now a look at tomorrow's weather. It will be mostly cloudy with moderate winds, mostly northeasterly, force 4, and at times fresh in windward areas, force 5. The sea will be slight to moderate. Temperatures will reach 12 Celsius inland, 15 in coastal areas, and 2 over the mountains where frost is expected. That's all for today. Join us tomorrow again for more news in English. Have a very good evening.